Hi everybody, shout out to all 4 of you who like to watch this for whatever reason, but welcome back. This Rambling in the Void, I'm going to kind of go over again some of the stuff from the previous week that talked about everything that I was going to go ahead and start doing. So, last week they drew my blood, and then yesterday I had a consultation with my doctor to go over everything, talk about what's going on, and then put me on essentially an extreme diet to help bring things down. But there are a couple of fun things I learned. Like, I have metabolic syndrome, which apparently is pretty common. And essentially all it means is that I have started to gain enough weight, especially around my middle, that the fat is starting to affect the insulin and keep the insulin from working as properly. And so it kind of starts a cycle of the insulin doesn't quite work properly, so the body makes more, but then more insulin reduces the appetite, which causes weight gain, which causes more fat, which causes more issues with insulin. So it's a very vicious cycle, and I'm really glad they caught it pretty early. Pretty much my levels for insulin were a little high, as well as my triglyceride levels, to the point where it wasn't like extremely concerning, but like hey, we should definitely work on reversing this. But the other kind of cool thing I did learn though is that for most people, if you're considered overweight to the point where it's starting to cause medical health issues, you only need to lose about 10% of what you have gained, or your total body weight, to start seeing medical effects and reverses of some of these issues. So for me, I need to lose about 24 pounds, and once I lose about 24 pounds, I should start to notice improved insulin levels and triglyceride levels, and I should start to notice relief pain in my knees. So that's pretty awesome. The other thing that I thought was really nice and that I really appreciated from, and part of why I chose to get help from a medically managed dietitian on staff type place, is because they're like, hey, you have enough muscle mass that for your muscle mass, your height, and your age, my target goal is 160 pounds, which feels a lot better thinking of that, especially because when I was in high school and college, I wasn't too far from that. And especially because when I was in college, I was told, oh yeah, well for your, height and age and gender, they're like, you should only be weighing about 125 to 135, which seemed absolutely ridiculous and impossible. And it's nice to know that when you actually cut all the factors, especially muscle weight factors, that weight is stupid. A lot of it comes down to health, and that again comes back to why I decided to do this, because I was starting to feel unhealthy, and the blood work revealed that I was starting to have some problems. If you're a little more interested in metabolic syndrome, it's really easy to look up. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on. Essentially, left untreated, it would turn into prediabetes and eventually type 2 diabetes. So I'm very glad that I can roll that back and take care of it. So that's kind of the start of my journey. Today's the first day on all my vitamins and special diet, and it's not been too bad. The worst thing that I've had so far is that I have to have a fiber drink twice a day, and that's not the problem. The problem is that it is only available with artificial cherry flavoring, and I really don't like artificial cherry flavoring. It makes me gag. The dietitian went over a couple different options of ways I can kind of mix into things to kind of help, or they're like, if nothing else, mix it with half the amount of water, shotgun it, and follow it with the rest of the water. So that's what I tried this morning and what I'll be trying this afternoon. I might actually try mixing it with some of the shakes that they mentioned before that'll kind of help lighten up the flavor a little bit and make it a little more palatable. And it was also nice to know that I was not alone, because the dietitian told me there's a lot of people that seem to have this issue, which also brings up the question, if that many people have problems with it, why can't they find another flavor? Any flavor. Grape, lemon lime, just pure lemon, any of those would be perfect. But anyway, so that's the start of my health journey. I guess I'll check in next week to talk about how I'm adjusting, any weight loss type things, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in following me, I'll see you again next week, and hopefully I'll start getting some books read now that I finished Kingdom Hearts. So see you next time.